Hello students, in present video I am going to explain about 17th problem from consignment accounts topic. I am taking this question from Telangana State Telugu Academy Inter Second Year Accountancy Textbook. But this video is useful to all commerce students who want to know about consignment topic. Previous problems links are available in the description box. Let us see the question first. 500 sanitizer bottles were consigned by Anujanya and Company, Hyderabad to Nitya and Company, Secunderabad, costing 50 rupees each. In textbook, they have given 500 rupees each. But there are some mistakes in textbook. So instead of 500, I am taking 50 rupees. Expenses incurred by Anujanya and Company amounted to 5,000 rupees. On the way, 5 sanitizer bottles were completely damaged due to bad handling, and insurance company admitted the claim to the extent of 250 rupees. In textbook, they have given 2,500 rupees. I am taking it as 250 rupees. Nitya and Company took delivery of the remaining sanitizer bottles and incurred expenses 1,200 rupees. In textbook, they have given 12,000 rupees. I am taking 1,200. Nitya and Company sold 495 sanitizer bottles for 40,000 rupees. She is entitled to a commission of 5% on sales. Prepare consignment account, Nitya and Company account in the books of Anujanya and Company, assuming that Nitya and Company remitted amount due by them. He is asking only two accounts, consignment account, Nitya and Company account. But we prepare all the three accounts, consignment account, Nitya and Company account, and the goods sent on consignment account. So this is a question. Textbook answer doesn't come because I am changing some values now. So let us see the solution for this. Important points of this problem I have written on the board. Anujanya and Company of Hyderabad consign goods to Nitya and Company of Secunderabad. So here Anujanya and Company is consignor, Nitya and Company is consignee. She sent 500 sanitizer bottles. One bottle cost is 50 rupees. And to send these goods, Anujanya consignor incurred 5,000 rupees expenditure. During the transit, 5 bottles are damaged. So these 500 bottles are insured. And the insurance company accepted to pay a claim of 250 rupees. Then, how many bottles are reached to consignee? 500 are sent, 5 bottles are damaged, so 495 bottles consignee received. On this 495 bottles, consignee's expenditure is 1,200 rupees. And she sold these 495 bottles for 40,000 rupees. Then her commission is 5% on sale. This is the question. So what is the new point here? 5 bottles are damaged due to mishandling of the labor. So this is called abnormal loss. In consignment business, sometimes goods may get damaged and consignor may incur loss. So this loss is divided into two types: normal loss, abnormal loss. Normal loss means what? Due to the nature of the product, if goods are damaged, that is called normal loss. For example, consignor is sending crude oil to consignee. Due to evaporation, some crude oil is lost. So the reason for loss is due to the nature of the product. So this loss comes under normal loss. And abnormal loss means what? Not due to the nature of the product, due to some outside factors. For example, fire accident, road accident, theft. So due to these type of reasons, if goods are damaged, that loss is known as abnormal loss. So here the goods are sanitizer bottles. So by their nature, there is no chance of any loss. So this damage is known as abnormal loss. This is a new point. So what he is asking in the question? In the books of Anujanya and Company, consignor's books, he is asking ledger. So consignor's ledger contains 3 accounts now. Consignment account, Consignee's name, Nitya and Company account, goods sent on consignment account. To consignment name, we should add consignee's area's name. Consignee is living in Secunderabad, therefore Secunderabad consignment account. So to prepare accounts, two methods are there. By using journal entries, we can prepare this. Otherwise, by using some hints. Hints method I am explaining here. Consignment account is a nominal account. Nominal account rule, debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. Consignment business related expenses and losses, debit side we should show, incomes and gains, credit side. First what happened? Anuhya is sending goods on consignment. Think from Anuhya's point of view. Because in her books we are preparing accounts now. So this amount debit side we should write. And what to write for that? Two goods sent on consignment account. In bracket show the calculation. 500 bottles are sent. One bottle cost is 50 rupees. 25,000 is the cost of total goods sent. Next what happened? To send these goods, consignor incurred 5,000 rupees expenditure. Expenditure in consignment account debit side we should show now 5,000. And who spent this expenditure? Consignor. For consignor's expenses, we have to write bank account. Next, 5 bottles are damaged. At the end, we will see about this. Insurance claim also at the end. Consignee sold 495 bottles for 40,000 rupees. Sale is an income to the consignment business now. Income's credit side we should write. So 40,000 rupees credit side. Who sold? Nitya and Company. Write her name. Next, to sell these goods, consignee incurred 1200 rupees expenditure. Consignee's expenditure also debit side only we should write. 1200 rupees. Consignee incurred no? So write to Nitya and Company. Next, consignee's commission 5%. In consignor's books we are preparing. Consignor should pay this commission no? To consignor, this commission is expenditure. Expenditure debit side we should write. To whom we have to pay this commission? Consignee. So write that name. To Nitya and Company account. We have to calculate. Commission always we pay on total sales. So sales amount 40,000. On that 5% commission. 2,000 rupees. Now come to abnormal loss. How to calculate this? So in rough notes, abnormal loss value. How many bottles are damaged? 5 bottles no? So these are 5 bottles cost we need. So cost of goods damaged. 5 bottles into 1 bottle cost is 50 rupees no? 50 to 50 rupees. To this, proportionate direct expenses of consignor we should add, plus proportionate direct expenses of consignor, Anuhya and Company. Her expenditure 5,000 is given in the question now. So 5,000 she spent on total 500 bottles. That 5,000 we should not take now. Abnormal loss value we are calculating. Abnormal loss is 5 bottles only no, not 500 bottles no. So on 500 bottles expenditure is 5,000. As we are calculating 5 bottles value, on 5 bottles consignor expenses we need. So on 500 bottles if a consignor's expenditure is 5,000 rupees, on damaged bottles 5 bottles consignor expenditure is how much? This is the question. So 5,000 divided by 500 into 5. 50 rupees. On damaged bottles, 5 bottles, consignor's expenditure is 50 rupees. And consignee's expenditure we should not add here. It may be direct expenditure or indirect. Suppose unsold stock value one should recollect. Unsold stock value calculation. In previous videos I explained. What we used to do there? Proportionate direct expenses of consignor, proportionate direct expenses of consignee. Both we used to consider while calculating unsold stock value. But here, even though direct expenditure is given, so consignee's expenditure 1200 is given to us now. So for 1200 there is no proper information. Expenditure name he has not given in the question. Means we take it as indirect. Suppose expenditure name is given. Say this is carriage. Carriage means direct expenditure, no? Even though here we should not consider. So consignee direct expenses also we should not consider while calculating abnormal loss value. Why? Because Anujaya to send this 500 bottles she spent 5000 rupees. Means on these damaged bottles also she incurred expenditure, no? That is why while calculating damaged bottles value, her expenses we consider. But in transit only 5 bottles are damaged. So how many bottles are received by consignee? 495. So on 495 only she spent this expenditure, no? Not on 500 bottles, no? Therefore, consignee's expenses we should not consider. So unsold stock valuation, abnormal loss valuation looks like same. In unsold stock also we used to take cost of unsold stock. To that we used to add proportionate direct expenses of consignor and consignee. Only the difference is here consignor's expenses we are considering, consignee's expenses we are not considering. But in unsold stock value calculation, consignor, consignee, their proportionate direct expenses we consider. That is the difference. Suppose consignee received total goods 500 bottles. After that, in her go down, assume 5 bottles are damaged. So in that case, she spent these 1200 on total 500 bottles, no? So when you are calculating damaged goods value, 5 bottles goods value, her expenses, if it is direct expenditure, we should consider. But in present problem, clearly is giving in the question that goods are damaged in transportation. Means consignee didn't pay any expenditure on these 5 damaged bottles. That is why consignee's direct expenses we should not consider. So 250 plus 50, 300 rupees is the value of goods damaged, 5 bottles value. And these goods are insured now. So insurance company accepted to pay a claim of 250 rupees. So finally how much is the loss to us? 50 rupees. Total loss 300, but from insurance company claim comes 250. So final loss which we have to bear from our own pocket is 50 rupees. Abnormal loss value is 50 rupees. Now in consignment account we said we should show this abnormal loss, credit side. And what to write for that? By abnormal loss account. How much is the abnormal loss? 50 rupees. And insurance company accepted a claim of 250 rupees, no? That also credit side we should write. For that what to write? By insurance company. Suppose in question he has given that insurance company paid 250 rupees. In present problem he has given that insurance company accepted to pay. Means cash is not coming. It will come in future. In that case, insurance company word we wrote here. Assume that insurance company paid this amount. In that case, our assumption is they paid through a check, through a DD. So by bank you can write. Otherwise by cash. So you will get one doubt here. That is, consignment account is a nominal account, no? Nominal account rule, debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. So as per that rule, abnormal loss, debit side we should show. Why we are showing on credit side? So incomes only we show on credit side, no? Abnormal loss is not an income. Then why we are showing on credit side? So answer for that is, see, Total goods sent information debit side we are writing. So in these goods, how many are sold, how many are remaining, credit side we show. That is why unsold stock also credit side only we show. Total goods sent, how many bottles? 500 bottles. In these 500 bottles, 495 bottles are sold for 40,000 rupees. Remaining 5 bottles are damaged, and in that damage, from insurance company 250 will come, and finally we have to bear a loss of 50 rupees. So 500 bottles information on debit side, in 500 bottles sold bottles information, damaged bottles information on credit side we have to show. Suppose abnormal loss on debit side you wrote. It gives the meaning that 500 bottles we sent. 5 bottles also we sent because debit side we are writing. Total bottles are 505. And 505 bottles are sold for 40,000 rupees. So that wrong meaning comes. Therefore, abnormal loss, unsold stock, etc. information in consignment account credit side we should show. And think about the journal entry for this abnormal loss. In consignment account credit side we posted. If you want to post like that, entry is abnormal loss account debtor 50 rupees, insurance company account debtor 250 rupees, to Secunderabad consignment account 300 rupees. I said that without journal entries I will do this. But why I am explaining journal entry for this? Because this is new point, no? Abnormal loss is new one. Starting problems, consignment problems, I explain journal entries. So after that shortcuts I am explaining. As this is a new point, again journal entry also I am explaining. Why abnormal loss account is debited? Loss is a nominal account. Nominal account rule, debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. Abnormal loss is a loss, no. Therefore, as per nominal account rule, we debited. Why insurance company is debited? Insurance company accepted to pay 250 rupees to us. So in our books, in consignor's books, we are preparing these accounts now. Think from consignor's point of view. From insurance company, money should come. So to consignor, insurance company becomes a debtor. Debtor means asset. Asset shows a debit balance. Therefore, insurance company account we debited. To Secunderabad consignment account. Why Secunderabad consignment account is created? Because in consignment account on credit side only I want to show abnormal loss details. Why on credit side? Just now I explained. That is why consignment account is credited. And suppose insurance company paid this money, then don't write insurance company because they pay no. Instead of insurance company, what we should write? Bank account. Our assumption is through a DDR check they pay. So in consignment account credit side, we posted abnormal loss, bank or insurance company. In some books, instead of abnormal loss, you may see profit and loss account word also. In Telugu Academy, he used abnormal loss word. So I am explaining that only. But in some books, instead of abnormal loss, you can see profit and loss account word. Why? Because if this is the first entry, assume insurance company has to pay the money. If this is the first entry, second entry is what? Abnormal loss is a nominal account. No? Nominal accounts are temporary accounts. At the year end, we have to close them by transferring to trading or P&L account. Abnormal loss you have to transfer to P&L account. So by debiting we created abnormal loss account. If you want to transfer, you have to credit. And which account we should debit? P&L account. 50 rupees, 50 rupees. What is the end result of these two entries? Debit side abnormal loss 50, credit side abnormal loss 50. Both will get cancelled. If both are cancelled, then what is left here? P&L account on debit. So that P&L account comes here. In this case, how to post this entry? Consignment account is credit side. So credit side by P&L by insurance company. Therefore, instead of abnormal loss word, by P&L account comes. Some authors follow that entry. So both are correct. You can write by abnormal loss account or by profit and loss account. No difference in that. So everything is completed. Finally, find out the profit or loss in consignment account. Credit column total is 40,300. Debit column total 33,200. Income is more, expenditure is less. So difference is profit. We said we should write this where the total is less, that's it. Debit side total is less. Show the amount here. This profit we should transfer to profit and loss account. So to profit and loss account. Two sides, highest total 40,300. With this, consignment account is completed. Next come to consignee's account, Nitya and company account. Based on consignment account, we will prepare Nitya and company account. See, credit side, Nitya and company 40,000. Show on debit side. From Secunderabad consignment account, we are taking this amount now. Write down that. To Secunderabad consignment account. Debit side, Nitya and company 1200, Nitya and company 2000. These two amounts credit side. 1200, 2000. We are taking these two amounts from Secunderabad consignment account now. In particulars column, write that account name. By Secunderabad consignment account. So everything is completed. Finally, find out the difference. Debit total 40,000 rupees minus credit total 3,200 is equal 36,800. As credit side total is less, show the difference on credit side. Put the total 40,000. For this answer, what to write? Consignee sold our goods for 40,000. Consignee deducted her expenditure 1200, her commission 2000, and remaining amount, due amount, she paid to us. In question, he is giving that consignee paid the due amount to us. How she paid? Through a bill in the form of cash or through a check, bank draft. No proper information. So my assumption is through a bank draft or check she paid this amount. So for this answer I am writing by bank account. Next come to last one, goods sent on consignment account. Based on consignment account we have to prepare this. In consignment account debit side for 25,000 we wrote goods sent on consignment now. This 25,000 in goods sent on consignment account credit side we should show. From which account you are taking this amount? Secunderabad consignment account. Write that account name here. By Secunderabad consignment account. Only one amount. So debit side, that 25,000 you should transfer to trading account. To trading account. Two side totals 25,000. So what is the new point in 17th problem? Abnormal loss is there. Unsold stock is not there. In coming videos, even that also I will explain to you. So this is the end of present video. Hope this video is helpful to you. Thank you.